the Khan of gods!
Okay, so if there was ever a gaming keyboard that had so many features it was impossible to cover every single thing in one video, this would be that keyboard. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin. The Havit KB462L is a mouthful, but it's also definitely very featureful. So let's start from the basics. This is a full-size keyboard, or at least it's supposed to be. Because instead of 104 keys, this keyboard has 119 keys. 6 extra keys off to your left for recording specific macros, they are numbered G1 to G6. 5 extra keys to your top left for recording RGB lighting profiles and storing them. I kid you not. Then they take it a step further and give you 4 extra keys to the top right for dedicated media buttons and a scroll wheel for controlling your volumes. But here's the interesting part. These functions actually still exist on the function layer on the keyboard itself. Now they take it another step further and give you 2 USB pass-throughs on the back of the keyboard for maybe if you want to run your mouse or a USB drive or something, you don't have to start turning your setup upside down if you're out of USB ports. Then you see all these notches, they already had it. They took it another notch further and added +1 notch and made the RGB settings so plentiful it's impossible for one human being to actually test them all. I mean, more than half of the manual is RGB settings and functions. And honestly, I think they actually did the right thing here. Think about it for a second. You can actually control the rim light just below the media play buttons independently of the lighting on the RGB on the board itself. That is just crazy. I promise you, if I wanted to make a video just about the RGB settings on this keyboard and how to navigate them, it's probably going to take 30 minutes of your time, so I'm just not going to talk about them anymore for the rest of this video. So a quick look at what you get in the box during your unboxing experience. It's a really nice box, by the way, matte black. But anyway, you get a keyboard, you get 1 wrist rest, you get a keycap puller, and you get the manual, the document that tells you how to use the keyboard, and that's about it. Even though the cable on this keyboard is not detachable and you cannot adjust the position that you pass it through, I really like the fact that it's braided. It's higher quality and you can actually trust the durability of the cable. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really like the wrist rest that was included with this keyboard. I mean, it's not bad to have, but it honestly didn't feel any different than me having my wrist on my desk because it's a little too low profile when you consider the fact that the keycaps on this keyboard are kind of raised. So that is probably the first and only thing that I don't like about this keyboard that's not subjective. And speaking of subjective things, the keycaps on this keyboard are actually really nice. They're PBT with pass-through for the RGB as you would expect, and they do make the keyboard look a little better than any regular old gamer's gaming keyboard type of thing. Now, this keyboard comes with Otemo blue switches. That's literally the only option you get. You don't get the option to pick and choose key switches. That's all they offer you on the purchase page. And I think this is probably the weakest point of this keyboard, the fact that the only option you get for key switches is Otemo blues. I mean, I don't like any kind of blues, not just Otemo blues. I don't like the clicky sound, I don't like the tactile bump, I just don't like how it feels on my hand. But this is subjective. There are millions of people out there who absolutely swear by blue switches and love them. I'm just not one of those people. And honestly, if there's ever going to be an update for another iteration for this keyboard, they should probably just have the option to pick different switches or different kinds of Otemo switches, maybe? But enough talking for a moment. Let me actually show you what a typing test sounds like so that you can actually understand what this keyboard is going to sound like on your desk. Now on the back of the keyboard you do get one level of adjustability with the adjustable rubber fit, and there are also regular rubber fits on the back of the keyboard as well. And you also get rubber fit, or what looks like rubber fits, on the palm/wrist rest that's included in the box. The only problem I have with the rubber fit for this keyboard is it doesn't really hold it in place on your desk. It still slides around quite easily. So this is a fantastic keyboard for all intents and purposes, especially if you're a gamer. I mean, come on, it looks extremely aggressive even for a gaming keyboard, and there are so many things about this keyboard that just scream gamer, 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 gamer. So yes, I think this is a fantastic keyboard for the right person. Pay attention to the fact that this keyboard pays more attention to RGB lighting settings and macro recordings and recording RGB custom profiles than anything else. And those two USB pass-throughs on the back are actually extremely useful as well. That was my review of the Havit Game Note H. Oh god, I can't even remember the name now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on another video that was shot by Kagan. Don't forget to subscribe.
To your own life, not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, we're riding on the dizzying highs.
The Khan of Gods!